Good evening, my friends. This is Paul, and I am excited to report that I finally got first place in Tetris 99, thus unlocking the Tetris 99 Invictus mode, where only people who have conquered 98 opponents can join. This isn't meant to be like a pro tips kind of video or one of those kinds of things, because I still wouldn't say I'm a Tetris pro. I mean, I'm really good at it, and I came in first place, obviously, but I'm not going to be able to all of a sudden tell you guys pro tips. This is more of just an unscripted excitement of what it feels like and how this is how Nintendo should have handled Super Mario Bros. 35. So first of all, I've come in first place in both of Nintendo's previous 99 opponent type of games, but the feeling feels so much better here because Tetris is such an unpredictable game, whereas with Mario and Pac-Man, you can eventually predict the patterns of the ghosts. In the case of Mario, you know the levels, because if you're like me, you've probably been playing Super Mario Bros. Since you were in diapers. And overall, it just gets to the point where it's like winning just becomes second nature, almost as much as brushing your teeth in the morning. Whereas with Tetris, the pieces fall at random, and sometimes when you're playing online, you can't always think the best, and so you flub a move, especially because you're trying to capture footage and you're not thinking straight because you're trying to make sure it's presentable to the audience, and there's all these different types of variables. And when the time came where I overcame all of those variables and it said, "You are the victor," it was one of the coolest feelings in the world. The only thing I can think of that's comparable to that in terms of a video game achievement was when I first beat 999 line mode in the single player mode. That was a true test of endurance. I think it took me over an hour and a half just playing that one mode by itself. I remember changing my player badge to that immediately because I was like, I really want people to share my excitement. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't really understand about me, is that I like to talk about my achievements, which is not typically something of my personality type or my religion is particularly known for. And I can't speak for everyone else, because obviously everyone is different, but I would say in my particular case, it's that I'm an external processor, and so I like to talk about when something happened that I'm excited about. When Banjo and Kazooie first came out, and they were announced for Smash, I was really upset because there happened to be no one in the house at the time, and I was like, come on, I really want to have a chance to tell someone about how excited I am. So in the same way, I'm making this video not to say I am good at Tetris and you are not, but more so just a way of saying, guys, this feels really, really good. So, since I know some of you have a tendency to get off the bandwagon with games, especially if you're like my brothers or my friend Nick, where they always need me to be the relayer of video gaming news, because I guess somehow it's not second nature to them to check their YouTube channels, Tetris 99 is actually free if you get the digital version on the eShop, but there's also a physical version that contains all of the DLC. Now, the DLC may seem a little bit scummy to some of you, as it's more or less can be summed up as, if you want to play the single player mode in Tetris, you gotta fork over the cash. The free version, man, I can't speak today. The free version of Tetris 99 is basically just the 99 players fighting each other. If you want to do stuff like marathon mode or pretend like you're playing retro Tetris, then you gotta fork over the cash, because I guess not all free games can be like Deltarune, where it feels like you get everything from the get-go. So if you get the physical version, on the other hand, since you've already paid for it, it wouldn't make sense to pay for more. So you can just get the DLC right out of the bat. You can just completely ignore my review of the big block DLC. Most of you have ignored it because you don't like how overly critical I was of Nintendo anyway. I'm used to that. It's all good, guys. You don't have to like everything I make. But I guess if I had to give at least one piece of advice to people that are wondering like, dang, Paul, how the heck did you do it? The main thing was that I kept focused. Now, a lot of Tetris 99 players who win a lot more consistently than I do will say things like, you have to be watching your opponents and know who to target at the right time and know whether you need to do KOs, badges, randoms. I just stuck to random because I felt like that was the most consistent strategy to not anger people, shall we say. And that way people wouldn't be as willing to target me because I'm not actively targeting anyone specifically. So by just staying like that the whole time, it enabled me to just focus on the game of Tetris as opposed to the meta game of trying to figure out, okay, this person is about to die, so I should target them. I just kept to my own devices, and that ended up working out for me in the long run because then I was just able to play Tetris and not feel like I had to be a huge competitive player. And that's probably why I don't like the competitive scene of Smash, is that they kind of... Now, no offense if you happen to like playing Smash Brothers with no items, but you tend to think that you can never play Smash with items if you're like in a casual setting, and as a result you're missing out on more than half of the game. And so I like to think that when I play Tetris 99, it's because first and foremost I like Tetris for what it is, as opposed to what people have made it because they've gotten so good at it. I would like to say that Tetris 99 is fun for trying to clear lines. It's not fun for trying to think that I know the tier lists and all the strategies. That's just too boring for me. It sucks out the essence, and if the Smash community is anything to go by, it might even make me turn into a pedophile, and I really don't want that. So, with that being said, since I'm running out of footage to show you guys, because my internet was going kerflooey, as you might have seen a couple of minutes ago, I just want to say that you do you when you're playing Tetris. Just whatever you do, don't become a criminal, and don't like lose the respect of thousands of people if you do get into the competitive scene. And just be relaxed, have fun, and if you're a game developer in the future, learn from Nintendo's mistake, and if you have a good idea, keep it. Don't just cowardly get rid of it from the eShop before people have really had a chance to have fun with it. So with that, thank you very much for watching. If you have any comments, concerns, critiques, Paul, how dare you make a pedophile reference in this video, let me know in the comment section. And until the next time, keep the faith, stay epic, God bless, and let's hope Tetris 99 sticks around.